we? Found some money for Reguilon.
Maybe we get a question about him, but I think we maybe have another player that is a little bit more in demand.
Yeah, good day.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you all.
How are we?
How are we?
Good.
Cool. So just to let you know, we're not going to take any questions on Ivan Toney today. Absolutely none. Yep. Good to see you all. Lots of faces. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming early. Usual drill for us today. We'll start off with Paul from Sky, onto Anita from PLP. Anything else under immediate embargo can go on that point. We will do a embargo section 10:30 p.m. for the Saturday papers. Cameras ready? Paul?
Morning.
Thomas, 259 days since Ivan Toney last played in the game. How would you describe his movement around this week?
He's bossing. He's like under 8-year-old boy. Just want to go out and play. Maybe his first football game, or just that pure joy of playing football, and that's what he wants. He is. I'm looking into the eyes of a player that are very committed, very excited, and can't wait. And I think I can break it now. He will start tomorrow, and he will also lead the team out of the tunnel. He'll be the captain because Christian is injured. So I'm pretty sure he is ready.
Well, that was my next question, so I will turn that into, is he ready for 90 minutes if called upon?
I think so. Of course, you never know. There will be extra adrenaline in him. There'll be extra excitement. He will run around that he's never run around before, and he is always fighting and working hard for the team. But it's the first Premier League game. But he is very fit. He's played in-house games and played 90 minutes there. But of course, that's one thing. The Premier League game is another thing. But I'm pretty sure that the excitement and the adrenaline would do the rest.
You mentioned he will start and lead the team out. A lot's made of his goals and what his goals could mean to Brentford, but can you speak a little bit about his leadership qualities? And he said in an interview this week that if anybody's feeling sorry for themselves around the team, he's going to try and help drive them up. Is that the kind of thing you've sensed this week?
Not only this week. That's what I sensed the last, 2.5 years? No, sorry, 3.5 years. Isn't it 3.5 years? Yeah, 3.5 years. With Ivan, he's a special character in many ways. He's a fantastic person to be around. I think I can speak for myself, staff, players, that the energy he brings, the smile, the positivity, every day at the training ground is a massive thing. And then on the pitch, he drags people. He wants to win. He want to help the team. So of course it's a massive boost. You said before it's like a new signing. I think there is an argument. Of course, everyone needs to prove themselves again. But there's an argument that he's maybe the second best striker in the Premier League right now. Last year I think he was the third after. Kane and Holland. Now he's the second, in my opinion. Of course, he needs to prove it again. Same with a coach, with a team, with any player. But I see a unbelievable commitment that he want to go out there and help the team score goals and hopefully win.
In his interview this week, he spoke about helping Brentford by scoring those goals, but he also didn't rule out a January move. He said there's no right time to move. I just wondered what you made of that. Is that a scenario you still fear? Would you be glad just to see the window closed with him still here?
Yes, of course. But as I said earlier in these press conferences, that is 99 point something that he will stay here. Football is crazy, so you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. He's very committed to be here. He's very committed to help the team. Spoke with him yesterday about it. That's the only thing on his mind. We just have that 0.0 something number of craziness in football that you can't rule out. He want to stay here. He want to help the team. We want to keep him.
Have you had any offers as yet for him?
No.
None at all?
No. I can say no twice.
Yeah, just kind of, does he owe Brentford in any way, given how much the club have backed him and stuck with him to see out this season?
I think in any partnership, we how can you say, not owe, but we are committed to each other. I'm the club, the team are committed to Ivan, and the other way around, he's committed to us. I haven't seen one training, one day, one game where he didn't want to give to the team and help. And I'm convinced he will do the same tomorrow and the following games, the rest of the season.
Just a final one for me. The fact he's coming into a game of this magnitude against Nottingham Forest, also down there, it's a home game under the lights of Brentford. Is that quite exciting? Almost like, is it the perfect game to come back to in that sense?
Yeah, it's perfect timing for Ivan. It's classic Ivan, okay? Perfect timing. It could have been away 12:30 kickoff, whatever. But now it's home, under the floodlights, a little bit on the game, I would say, and he will just thrive in that environment. He's looking forward to it.
Thanks, Thomas.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Anita.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
You mentioned speaking to Ivan yesterday. I wanted to ask, is that when you told him that he'd be starting and that he will be wearing the armband?
I asked him if he wanted to start, and he, of course, said yes. Now I think it's quite obvious that this moment in time we need him for various reasons. Probably would have started him anyway, but also with the injuries we have, it's clear that he's going straight into the lineup. He is the vice captain after Christian, so I think it was natural to do that because Christian is injured. So no, he's ready.
I want you to cast your mind back to April 29th last year. It was his last goal for Brentford, of course. It was against Nottingham Forest, who you are playing tomorrow. It was a free kick. Do you remember that game, the goal at all?
Yeah, I remember it. It was actually a pretty bad free kick, to be fair. But somehow he managed to get it into the back of the net, and I actually don't care if he hits it on his knee or whatever, and he gets into the goal tomorrow. Yeah, I remember that. That was a game where we struggled a little bit, but a little bit of magic from Ivan and Justice Silva gave us 3 points.
I'm going to ask you about another player now,
Yeah?
Sergio Reguilon. So, what was the decision behind bringing him in? Of course, he started the season, or part of the season, on loan to Manchester United. That agreement ended, and obviously you're without Rico Henry. What qualities do you feel he could bring in that position?
I think it was quite clear that we needed a left back. I think a lot of players have done well to step in the positions and help the team. Vitali, Saman, Mads Rorslev have played left back, all of them. Keane Potter have played left wing back. So we needed a good player in to help because Rico is out for the season. Aaron Hickey is also out for quite a while. He could move over to the left. So we badly needed a good player in, and we're very pleased that Sergio has said yes. And as I said in my comments, that we need him, but I also think that he needs us to show again how good a player he is. I clearly remember him when he had his first couple of seasons for Tottenham. What a top player I think he is. And sometimes good players they also lose their way for whatever reason. And I have a good feeling of the conversation I've had with him. Good person, good character, very good player.
Looking at the opposition tomorrow, you spoke about it being perfect timing for Ivan Toney to come back. They're going through a good patch at the moment. 3 games, 2 Premier League games with Espirito Santo. He's won 2 against some really good opposition.
Yeah.
What kind of game are you expecting?
I think a difficult game. Of course, we like the perfect fairy tale with us winning and Ivan scoring a goal. That would be quite nice, and that would be the perfect scenario, and that of course what we hope for. but in real life, sometimes you get that, sometimes you get something completely opposite. We will come flying out. We will be very on it. We need the fans to be as good as they ever have been, to push us forward and help us. Sorry, we are facing a team that are in a bit of momentum, positive momentum. They have played two good games against two good teams in Newcastle and Man United, and I think they won both fair and square. I watched both games back. So it's a tricky one. It's a difficult opponent for us, but we trust ourselves and we believe that we can, if we hit our high level, that we can win the game.
Many thanks.
You're welcome.
Phil.
Thomas, good morning to you. Just in regards to Ivan, just going back to that, can you tell us about his mentality, about how he will cope with the intensity of the game, the scrutiny that will be on him, the pressure, the fact that everything he does will be looked at, and that, you know, he's going to be like a pent-up, I would imagine, coiled spring ready to get out there. So how will he cope? What's his sort of mentality of being able to cope with that?
I think what I really like about Ivan as a player is his ability to, you can say, cope with the whatever pressure, but I think it's more the focus. He's so good to stay focused in the moment, next action, next shot, next pressing situation, next set, link up. He's really good at that, and so leave the bad action behind him or the good action behind him, and just, you know, build on the next one. I think that's a top ability, and I think you see that in the top players, the way they're switched on in every sequence. Of course, there'll be more on it in this game. Of course, he will have more family and friends at the game, and as you say, everyone will look at him. It's just talked about it. We haven't had. It's a while since we have so many fantastic, lovely people in the room as today. So I guess it's because it's not only because you and me, Chris. I'm a little bit disappointed. I guess it's because of Ivan, but he thrives in that, and that's one of the reasons why he's good. That's, of course, he's a human being like you and I, and he will be a little bit nervous, like that eight-year-old boy that's playing his first game or is coming back, of course. But as soon as the kick-off, the first whistle goes, he'll be boom, zoomed in, ready, and ready to perform.
And what has the mood been like around training ground? Because obviously there's a lot of excitement about that in the stands, and the supporters, I can tell you, I know very well a lot of supporters are very excited about this. What about the team, mate? You're obviously professional footballers, but what did the other day do for the squad?
That you know, I think he's been around for a while, of course, training with us, where he's just bringing the positive mood, and I don't know if we've been counting down to his comeback, because you can't. That's too far away. It's all about the next game. How can you prepare? How can we make sure we are ready for the next game as an individual, as a team, and players, me. But after Wolves Tuesday night, everyone was boom. Now we are set, and now you could feel that little extra bossing that you have a top player, your main man back in it. Imagine Liverpool without Salah for 8 months, or City without Haaland, or back in the days Tottenham without Kane. You know, that'll be a tough one.
And just from the point of view of Sergio, does he fit the sort of almost the model that you've had here about hunger? You talk about the fact that maybe in recent times he's not had the games, he's not had the impact as a player. Does he fit that hunger that you always like to see with the players that you bring in to Brentford?
Yeah, definitely. I think he ticked the first box. As you know, we want good characters, and then, as you say, we need players that are willing to work hard and are very hungry to perform. And he has definitely something to prove. I'm not in doubt. We saw him in the first training yesterday. You could see his quality instantly, his cross, his finishing, his composure on the ball. Also a little rust, but not natural, because he trained more individual the last 2 weeks on his own. But he fit, no doubt. And also as a close to one-to-one replacement for Rico Henry. Same pace, same ability to run behind, same aggressiveness. It's positive, very positive for us.
And I know you'll tell me it's only worth 3 points and every game's only worth 3 points, but how important is tomorrow's game?
Yeah, it's. I think. Let's say we lose tomorrow, win against Tottenham, or the other way around. It's still only 3 points, but I think it's always good to get the first 3 points after a tricky spell. So no doubt tomorrow 3 points will be big. It's a big game for us. No doubt about that. We will not approach it differently. We will not do anything different, but we're all aware of it. It's for me about how the players, can hit the right focus level. So, as I say, constantly make sure we come out there, be cool, brave, and aggressive.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else before we go under embargo? We'll go Dom and then Jay.
Yeah, can I just check? You said that Ivan Toney's going to captain the team. Is that partly to do with an injury to Norgard?
Yeah, it's mainly because of that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been captain otherwise.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay.
Hi Thomas. Just wanted to check on Ivan Pinnock. How come he missed the game on Tuesday night, and will he be available for tomorrow?
He's available, and he will also start for tomorrow. He had a minor issue with the hamstring. He had for a few weeks. Still cope with it. So we just want to make sure that he was absolutely fresh and ready for Saturday, and also for the coming games. So by resting him a little bit there, and also make sure we had a good week. Now 11 days, unfortunately, until Tottenham. So he will be fine now.
Will you tell us the rest of them?
No, those two, I think everyone could guess those.
I just wanted to be 100% certain that can Reguilon play this weekend.
He can play, yeah.
And I know you just mentioned about the kind of reaction when the ban was over on Wednesday. You weren't really counting down to it. But did you yourself or any of the players or even Ivan give a speech on Wednesday, or was it very much it's happened, let's just move on?
Yeah, it was more happened, move on. Yeah, that was basically the only thing. And then just I've been speaking to Ivan the whole time, of course, but just a little bit. Okay, now we're close. Just that little conversation, but nothing else.
And then has Ivan's return helped in the sense of everybody's moved on quite quickly from getting knocked out of the competition?
Yeah, I would say this because it's so special, because it's been out for 8 months and it's not like an injury and then you need to build into it and then you need to come off the bench and then all that. So I would say in this situation, it helped to move on. No doubt that we wanted a cup run. We played a strong team, both games against Wolves, as strong as possible we could. So it's irritating, but it's in the past. Move on, and we need to perform tomorrow. Welcome.
Anything else before we go under embargo? We'll go there and then there. Yeah.
Hi Thomas.
Hi.
I just wanted to start with something a bit more tactical. So you struggled with the movement, anticipation of Wolves' front line with Cunha. Chris Woods has been in excellent form, but he poses a sort of different problem. Is there anything that you've done to sort of prepare your side to deal with him?
Of course, he's a big threat, and I think he had. I always think he's been a good striker. Obviously, there was a fantastic game against Newcastle with a hat-trick and three very good goals. And I don't know if he's in his form of his life, but he's definitely in top form. So we need, of course, to take him out and probably also, I think sometimes also to eliminate the sources into him. So that's something we've been speaking about.
Perfect. And one more, sorry. So as Forest, they've struggled defending crosses into the box, whether that's sort of deep crosses or back post, second phases, knockdowns, that sort of thing. Is that something you've looked at? And are there any sort of plans in place to basically take advantage of that?
We in general, we like to cross the ball, and we like to commit a lot of players in the box. I don't think that's any secret. I think there's a stat where we are the team with the most players in the box per cross. So that's something we'll use tomorrow, not particularly because of it maybe should be a weakness for Nottingham. We look at any opponent and think, okay, where can we hit them, and also with the breakthroughs and a little bit about the crosses. So we work a little bit about, we have some main principles, but then we tweak it a little bit from game to game.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Hi Thomas. A big week for Ivan Toney, but also a big week for some Brentford players on the international stage. So you had Johan Vista scoring his first AFCON goal, and then you had Salman Ghoddos providing 2 assists in the Asian Cup opener. How pleased are you to see them performing on the international stage?
Very, very pleased. It's I try to watch when I can, or see the highlights afterwards, to follow our players. And I said before, for me personal, but also for Brentford, and hopefully also for the fans, we should be very proud for any player that is representing their country. Of course, it's happened in the past, but it's a unbelievable development in number of players we have having over the last couple of years that's going away to AFCON or Asia Cup or Euros or World Cups, and then I think it's something we really should appreciate. I saw Johan's goal, very good goal on the last line. Actually played a good game, should have scored one more, I think. 2 good assists for Salman, and then I think we need to remember Frank as well. Last night, 1-0 win, big win for Nigeria, and he did well in the centre of the pitch.
Yeah, definitely. And after Forest, you've got 5 really tough fixtures in the Premier League, playing City, Liverpool, Tottenham. How important is it to set the tone tomorrow to maybe pick up 3 points?
I think it's because the first in line would like to get it out of the way with 3 points. Of course, that'll be massive for us. But I never look 5 games ahead. I always look 1, and I think that's one of the reasons why we manage sometimes to get wins or draws against the big teams. We believe we can go into any team, against any team, and win at any ground. We don't do it all the time, but we have shown it in the past many times. So I first and foremost is the game tomorrow, and after that I'll look to the next game.
And obviously you did the double over City last year. Can we expect to see the same this year?
Let's talk about that when we face City. I think there'll be plenty of talk about that.
And finally for me, you've had, if I've counted correctly, about 13 questions on Ivan Toney today. But I'm going to add one more.
Yeah.
So,
13. Oh, good. Yeah, I like that.
How would you reflect on the way the team has changed since he last played? And where do you see him fitting into that kind of tactical evolution or new personality?
I think our style of play hasn't changed massively without him. But of course, every player are different. They have a different personality, and they have a different personal style or type. And of course, Ivan is a different type to either Neil Maupay or Wissa, or who else played down the middle for us, or in the front too. So that, of course, tweak it slightly. But it's not because Ivan is coming, then we play with more crosses, or we then play more balls into his feet to link up, or sometimes a little longer. I think the only thing is that we have a target sometimes, but not all the time. That's the only tweak that we have. If you play with some of the other guys, it's maybe a ball more in behind as an out ball. But the overall principles are the same.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, you did tell us Ivan and Ethan will start, will guard out. Any other fresh injuries from the cup game?
No. Yeah, good. Yeah. Always get confused when you ask me about that. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I got it. Yeah.
Okay, so we're now under embargo. 10:30 p.m. tonight for the newspapers. Cameras